Hello everybody, Peter the Book Lover here, and this is Book Talk. This is where I talk about the books that I recently read, and this is episode number 31, and in this episode I'm going to talk about Night Shift by Stephen King. This is an excellent collection of short stories, and we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, I'm Peter the Book Lover, and I have a YouTube channel where I talk about books and movies. And in this episode we're going to talk about a short story collection, Night Shift by Stephen King. And this is a great book, and we're going to talk about it. But before I talk about this book, I want to let my audience know that I really appreciate you being here. I really think it's fantastic that you're giving me your time, and I really appreciate that. Now, if you like this video, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It means a lot to me. And if you can, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any requests, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I love talking to the audience. It's one of my favorite parts of doing this. And if you subscribe to my channel, I hope you're enjoying my videos. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Right now, I'm providing a money-back guarantee that you'll enjoy my channel. So hit that like button and start enjoying my content. Okay, so let's get into this book. This is Night Shift by Stephen King. This is, I believe, his fourth novel, and this is a collection of short stories. Now, I'm going to tell you the ones that I liked and some of them that I didn't like. But before I do, I want to talk about Stephen King for a minute. Since I was getting ready to make this video, I decided to cover all the books I've read by Stephen King. Now, I'm not going to give you the order that I like the books. I'm going to give you the order which they came out. So the first book that I have on this list is Carrie. Now, I really enjoyed this book a lot. It's fantastic. I also really love the movie. Both are fantastic. Not the remakes of the movie, but the one with Brian De Palma. That movie is amazing, and this book is amazing as well. I really love that book a lot. Now, the second book that I've read on this list is Salem's Lot, and that is a fantastic vampire novel. I really love it. It is great. Plus, I also love the miniseries that came out a long time ago, and that miniseries is amazing. But this book, Salem's Lot, is a fantastic vampire novel, and I really love this. Then the next book that I read on this list is The Shining. And first thing I got to say is that I disagree with Stephen King. I believe Stanley Kubrick did a fantastic job with this movie, but I also watched the miniseries of The Shining, and the miniseries is great as well. That is closer to the book. But the book, The Shining, I really enjoyed it a lot. It is really great. I am looking forward to reading that again. I plan on reading that again pretty soon. But yes, that's the third one on this list. Now, I believe this collection of short stories is on this list as well. So I'm at 21 books now that I think about it. I have 20, though, other books that I've read by him. So we've got The Dead Zone next. And that's also a movie, and it's also a book. And I thought this book was fantastic. I really loved this book. I was engaged in this book. I love it a lot. I also really enjoy the movie with Christopher Walken. Great movie, great book. I really love it. So the fifth book on this list is Firestarter. I've read that as well. That's also a movie. 2 movies. The second movie is pretty awful. The remake they just came out with was pretty awful. And the movie with Drew Barrymore is a pretty interesting movie. And I like that a lot. It's actually a pretty good adaptation of the book, Firestarter. But the book, Firestarter, is a great book. I really loved it, but I really didn't like the ending of that book. The ending kind of really let me down. But the book had some fantastic parts. This little girl that has this power to set people on fire at will is an amazing story idea, and I really loved it a lot. So I really enjoyed it, but then the end kind of like let me down. So then the next book I have on this list is Road Work, and this is a Richard Bachman book that he wrote. And this one is not one of my favorites. It's kind of interesting. I don't think there's a movie of this. There's at least not a movie that I know of. And it was kind of an interesting story, but it's down on my list of my favorites. I believe I like this more than Cell, but you know. So then the next one we have is Cujo, and this one's also a movie, and I really think that the movie is fantastic. I really do. But I also think this book is fantastic as well. I really love it. Now, it really reminds me of Jaws. The book of Jaws is a little bit different than the movie Jaws, and it is a fantastic book. If you've never read Jaws, give it a shot. It's an amazing book. But Cujo, I really loved it a lot. You know, some people say they like it a lot, but I loved it. I really loved Cujo a lot. It was a fantastic story, and I really enjoyed all of it. It was, I love that one. So the next one up is The Running Man. This is also a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I really enjoyed the movie, but I really enjoyed the book a lot as well. This book was really great. This is a Richard Bachman, Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman, and this was a great book and a great movie as well. And I like them about the same, you know. Really cool. So then the next one on my list is Christine. And Christine is another one that's a John Carpenter movie, and it's also a book. Now, this is some differences. I like the book more than the movie. This book was great. I really enjoyed the movie a lot, but the book I enjoyed a little bit more. The book was fantastic. I love the changes that it's not the changes, but I love the original story. The original story is a little bit better in my opinion. John Carpenter did a fine job with it, but I do enjoy this book a little bit more than the movie. So the next one up is number 10, and this is Cycle of the Werewolf. And Cycle of the Werewolf is another thing. They made a movie out of it, but they didn't call it Cycle of the Werewolf. They called it Silver Bullet. And I think Silver Bullet is one of my favorite werewolf movies, but the original book is just fantastic. It's a short story, and it is an amazing short story. I really love Cycle of the Werewolf. It is an amazing book, and the artwork in that book is amazing. Oh, you gotta love the artwork in that book. So the next one is pretty much my favorite. There's two movies of this one, and that is Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is a great book. It's my favorite one, but the movies are great as well. They're not my favorite of the Stephen King movies, but I really, really enjoyed both of the Pet Sematary's movies. And it's a great story. I really love it a lot, and it's a fun book for me. A lot of people would it's a little touchy subject matter because it's a guy that actually has to bury his pet, and his pet comes back to life, and his pet is creepy, and then something else happens. He buries something other than a pet the next time. Okay, so the next one is Eyes of the Dragon, and this is kind of like a fantasy novel. There's a castle, and there's dragon in this, and I don't think there's a movie of this, but this is a kind of a fairy tale story, but a dark fairy tale story. It's got a great villain in it, and it's a great movie. I really loved Eyes of the Dragon. It's really wonderful, and I love the artwork in that one as well. That one's got some great artwork, and I actually have that, and I plan on reading that again pretty soon. So the next one is another Bachman book, and this was Thinner. And this is another one that has a movie that goes along with it. I like the book a little bit more than the movie, but I really enjoyed the movie a lot as well. Both were fantastic. I really love the story. This is a story about gypsy curse put on this guy because he has this accident and kills a gypsy, and then gets a curse put on him, and it's a great movie. And not only he gets a curse put on him, a curse is put on some of his friends too. and it's wicked. I really love the story of Thinner. Thinner is a fantastic book, and I plan on reading that again pretty soon as well. Now, the next one up is Misery, and Misery is a great movie as well. And the thing about it is, I love both about the same, and both are just fantastic, um, a fantastic experience. The book is just wonderful. It's creepy. Annie Wilkes really scares the crap out of you because this guy is kind of handicapped at the time, and she's got total power over him, and she is insane, but in a great way. Oh yes, it was really wonderful. I loved Misery as a movie and as a book. But yes, I really think Misery is great. And now I'm going to say in this point of the video, I hope you realize that I'm a huge Stephen King fan because his books are incredible. So the next one is number 15, and this is Tommyknockers. And the thing about it is, this is also a mini-series, and I haven't even made it through the mini-series. The mini-series is hard to get through. It's got some great parts in it, but I don't know. It's very long, and it's not as engaging as the other miniseries I've seen of him. The miniseries of It, I really love that. The miniseries of a couple other things that he did. The Stand miniseries is really great, although I haven't read that book yet. Although I'm going to be reading that book very, very soon. But yeah, Tommyknockers, it is a great story, but it's like in my list, on my list of my not so favorite Stephen King stories. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's got some great parts to it, but it's really not high on my list. But it's still something that I really, really enjoyed. Now the next one is another one that's a movie. That's The Dark Half, and this was a pretty interesting book, and I don't think I've seen the movie yet. I'm not sure if I've seen the movie, but the book was pretty interesting. It's got some great parts to it. It's kind of a unique idea of where his alias name, it's like if Richard Bachman turned out to be a real person, and it's doing all kinds of Stephen King stuff and murdering people, and then, yeah, Richard Stark as the other character was really brutal and really wicked and really good, man, because they were coming after him, and he was able to just do all kinds of crazy shit, man. Oh, yes. The Dark Half was a pretty fun book. I really enjoyed that a lot. Then the next one we have is a miniseries I haven't got around to watching yet, but I've read Needful Things. And Needful Things is another fantastic story by Stephen King. Although it really doesn't give you the reason behind the villain of this story. At the end of the story, you don't really get a good explanation of why this guy exists and how he came to be. But this character, I forgot the name of the shop owner that owns Needful Things. He's a great character. He really set the town against each other, and it's got so many great parts in this story. I really loved it a lot. Yeah, so I really think that Needful Things is fantastic. I really enjoyed that a lot. Good, great story. Now the next one is Dolores Claiborne. This is another case to where they have a movie and the book, and I've read this book. This book is interesting because there's no chapter breaks in this book, and it's just like one testimony by Dolores Claiborne, and it's a very interesting book. This has something to do with some sexual abuse, a parent sexually abusing their child, which is a very difficult subject, but you got this subject, but then Dolores Claiborne kind of sets things right in her own way. And yeah, this is her confession or her statement to the police. And it was an interesting story, and it was pretty cool. I really liked it a lot. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is The Green Mile. This is a movie, and this is a book. This is a series of book. This was like about 10 books, I believe. And you could either read it in, each book one at a time. But I read it because I had the whole book together, which was great. And this was fantastic. Both the movie and the book were both incredible. I really enjoyed the experience of both. Really wonderful story. I just loved it to death. And this is about the electric chair. And the Green Mile is the place to where they keep people that are on death row. And there's this black dude that they think gets accused of a crime, but he's like definitely a very great person. Plus, he's got these magical powers, which are really great. And yeah, I really think they're both great. Both the movie and the book are a fantastic time. I really love both. And the last one is another case to where we've got a movie and a book, and that is Cell. And Cell is a pretty decent book, but the movie they made of it was really not good at all. It's one of my least favorite Stephen King movies that I've seen. And yeah, there's a couple of stories on here that I've actually seen the movie, but I haven't read the book. But because I do love Stephen King movies as much as I like the books. He's a fantastic author, and I really give him a thumbs up. And Cell is the last one on this list. Now let's get back to Night Shift. Night Shift is this collection of short stories. Now, I think that I'm going to go with the 3 stories in this book that I was disappointed with. These are the most disappointing stories, in my opinion, of this book. The first one is Jerusalem's Lot. And the reason why this is so disappointing to me is that I was really expecting this to be a prequel to Salem's Lot, but it had nothing to do with Salem's Lot, although it did remind me of Dracula because it's set in letters. You're reading a bunch of letters, which was reminded me of Dracula, but I was really expecting this to be more about Salem's Lot, but it wasn't. This wasn't. Another story on the ones that I like, that was more like Salem's Lot. And then the other one, my least favorite story in the collection of stories, was The Woman in the Room. It was just a man dealing with his dying mother, and he's got to spend time with her. I really didn't like this story. This was the last story in the book, and it wasn't my favorite. And then another one that I didn't like was Children of the Corn. I'm not a big fan of that movie, and I like the book even less. It's really awful because that's such a great idea, a town of children murdering people, but it's got some, I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite, and I don't know. It was kind of, it wasn't like awful. None of these stories were completely awful, except Woman in the Room. I did not like that at all. But it wasn't awful, but it definitely wasn't great. And it was kind of ended in a kind of screwed up way. But those are the ones that I really didn't like. There's 10 that are in the middle. I'm not going to cover all the ones that are in the middle. I liked them, like Boogeyman. The Boogeyman, that was pretty good. Gray Matter was pretty decent. I forgot, he knows what to do for you or something like that. There were some decent ones, but these 7 ones are the ones that I really enjoyed a lot. Now, the first one is Graveyard Shift. Graveyard Shift was great. This also has a movie that comes with it, and it was a lot like the movie, a little bit different than the movie, but I really enjoyed this story. It's really creepy. There's a bunch of rats, and they got to go downstairs and clean this basement or something. And they find another lever down there, and there's even more rats down there. And the boss is wonderfully awful. You know, he's like really one of those cheap villain characters that you gotta love. And I really like the story Graveyard Shift. That was a great part of this collection of short stories. The next one is The Mangler. That was a lot of fun. I loved it. This like laundry machine would kill people and then fold them, which was a great idea. And the way that it ended was just great. I really loved this. The it's like a monster movie. This laundry machine turns out to be a monster, and it's great. That story was great. Trucks is based off of that has a movie, Maximum Overdrive. I really enjoy Maximum Overdrive. That is a fun movie. It could be better. It's not my favorite movie, but I really love the Green Goblin truck, and I just love the idea of these trucks riding around, especially when there's a scene of it to where there's this like vehicle with a gun on it, and that shows up and it just starts shooting people. Really great. And when I was reading Trucks, it really took me back to Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive is not my favorite, but I really did. Stephen King directed that, and I thought he did a pretty decent job. I do love the AC/DC music in that as well. That song, Who Made Who? Oh, I really love that song. It's a great AC/DC song. Now, the story The Ledge, oh my God, that was great. I really loved it. You know, it's like reading about heights. Yes, and this is featured in Cat's Eye, which I'm going to be watching pretty soon. But I really love Cat's Eye. That's a great movie with a collection of short stories, and that's a lot of fun. And The Ledge is part of the movie, and it's great. And I love the pigeon. If you've read this, you'll know what I'm talking about. The pigeon, it was great. Okay, and the next one was Lawnmower Man, The Lawnmower Man, and I really love this short story. It's bizarre, it's great, and I really enjoyed it. They made a movie of this that had nothing to do with this. It's just some guy showing up and he's mowing this guy's lawn, but he gets naked and he's eating the grass. And there's one part of it, you know, I don't think I'm spoiling it, but there's a part to where it's going along and then there's a mole that just pops its head out and he turns and runs over the mole and he's eating everything, you know. And then, yeah, it ends in a really great way. I really enjoyed The Lawnmower Man. It's a great short story. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. And the next one is Critters Incorporated. That's a fantastic short story as well. This is in Cat's Eye. Oh, yes, and James Woods is the character of this. And it's like the mob helping you quit smoking cigarettes. And it was great. Yeah, Critters Incorporated was really wonderful as a read and as the movie. Or not the movie, but the part of the movie. And the last one is One for the Road. Now, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed One for the Road. This is what I thought Jerusalem's Lot was going to be like. Yes, and this is about the vampires. This is like a prequel to Salem's Lot, and it was great. A lot of enjoyable, and that's about it. Now, there's the rest of the stories that I didn't mention. They're kind of like in the middle. Not good, not bad, but, you know. And I do recommend this book. This book, Night Shift, is a great read. I'm glad that I've read it, and I enjoyed all the stories in here. Oh, yeah, the story, I Know What You Need. That's what I forgot. I Know What You Need is a kind of okay story. It's, you know, it's pretty interesting. So that's about it. I'm Peter, the book lover. Now, if you like the video, please do all that good stuff that you do, what I've said earlier. And I want to thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next video. See you next time.